Proof of work versus proof of stake. These are two very different ways to run a cryptocurrency. Ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Coin Zone, I am Crypto with Paul. Right now, I'm going to be sharing one thing. Leemon Baird, however you want to say it, the founder of Hedera, was on the news, BBC World News, and discussed institutional interest and environmental impact of cryptocurrencies. So we're going to take a listen to this video and also take a look at a post by Tap Tools discussing Swift's chief innovation officer praising 3 specific cryptocurrencies, Hbar being one of them. So let's just start there. We are going to listen to this clip of Leemon Baird, I don't know. This is who on the screen right here, guys. Hedera's founder, etc. Let's listen to what he has to say here about crypto's environmental cost and how processing power required can lead to high energy use. This is on the top of mind for institutions. And remember, guys, just want to point out and focus on proof of work, which is Bitcoin, which is what he'll talk about here in a second, which is mining, energy intensive, compared to proof of stake, which is much less energy intensive. So let's listen to this clip and then go look at the post by Tap Tools.
And by Leemon Baird, the inventor of the Hashgraph algorithm. He's also co-founder and chief scientist at Hedera. Thank you so much for joining us, Leemon. It's so good to have you on the program. Let me ask you, first of all, in the simplest way possible, for those watching at home who are thinking, what are we talking about? Explain why the environmental cost of cryptocurrencies is so high.
So it's great that Bitcoin gives people the ability to have a decentralized money that they can spend without banks or anyone else in between, but it uses a lot of electricity, more than all of Ireland every year. And so this is not as green as you would like. And so we have Hedera Hashgraph that uses much more than 5 million times less, according to the University College of London report.
So will the environmental cost eventually decrease when we're using more renewable energy for these purposes?
No, because you're using renewable energies that could have been used for something else. The best kind of energy usage is the energy you don't use. And so by using a lot less, that is greener.
How do we get the electricity grid to the point where it's able to cope with the demand, as obviously as we're seeing more and more, society becomes more cashless?
Yes, a big part of that is to have people, say, put solar panels in their house and have the ability to sell it back. And so on top of Hedera, not only are we using very little, we have markets so that the panel on your house, you can sell the energy from it to other people, sell the carbon credits to other people, and bind them together and create markets. And there are markets being built on top of Hedera Hashgraph to trade energy and carbon credits.
How do you think blockchain can be used to build decentralized power grids going forward?
Yes, so this allows it to be decentralized. If you have all these different power generations, including just ordinary people with things on the roof, you have them all selling and buying with each other, not having to sell to a monopoly who then just buys it at whatever price it wants. And so blockchain, Hedera Hashgraph, can allow you to build markets that just decentralize it, get rid of the middleman, and allow it to be more efficient.
Interesting. Very, very interesting take by Leemon Baird, however you pronounce it. Guy has the most sunken in eyes, interesting face, interesting smile. Not to be mean or degrading or anything. Bro seems like a kind soul and like a nice person that you can trust. Let's look at this post by Tap Tools. This is pretty interesting, guys. So Swift's chief innovation officer praised Cardano, Ripple, and Hedera for their role in driving blockchain adoption in institutional markets. Okay, a notable shift as Swift openly acknowledges blockchain's growing influence. But what specifically about these 3 blockchains? Well, Cardano and Hedera specifically are notified and regarded because of similar reasons that Leemon was just talking about. Cardano and Hedera are not energy intensive cryptos at all. Their models, Cardano's proof of stake Ouroboros and Hedera's model Hashgraph, these are not energy intensive models. So it's very different than how Bitcoin operates with proof of work. You're not mining anything. And you know, this is regarded, it's ranked, it's looked at. How much energy you use, it's looked at. There's metrics for these things, and it's probably best you aid on the side of a cryptocurrency or blockchain that doesn't use a lot of energy as opposed to one that does. This is mainly why Ethereum decided to switch from proof of work to proof of stake, along with other reasons. And this is why Cardano was proof of stake from the start. So that is something important to keep in mind, guys. I think these two cryptos are big because they are American-made cryptos, and they both fall under the category with, you know, getting a lot of attention, getting a lot of ETFs attention. I, you know, would be focused on these two cryptocurrencies. Hedera is good tech. They have good partnerships. Cardano has been absolutely crushing it this year. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so much potential there. And I feel like it's really only the beginning. So just wanted to pop up, play that quick clip for you guys of Leemon Baird of Hedera, and kind of discuss these less energy intensive wins for proof of stake and Hbar, which is Hashgraph, and Ripple as well being acknowledged by Swift, obviously, you know, cross-border payments. So something interesting here, guys. Wanted to show you guys that. Appreciate you for tapping in. If you haven't subbed on YouTube, go ahead and do that for me. If you don't follow us here on X, do that for me as well. I'll see you guys soon for another live. Until then,